Right then, we're going to have a look at reciprocal graphs today. Don't be worried about the term reciprocal. Basically, well, you'll see when we're done, it gives us an interesting type of graph. But basically what we're looking for is where we've got, we're trying to graph something, and where it's a fraction, but the x bit is the denominator that makes it interesting. So I've drawn out a table. Now you look at my table. Now normally we might go -5, we'll go up in ones, and then we'd normally go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now don't worry about kind of having to decide what this table should look like. Most exam questions, if you get one on this, it would usually give a table and it would say fill the table in, okay? So it's nothing really to worry about. But let's just have a look at this, and we can have a little think about why we've got this bit in the middle, why it doesn't just go -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to fill it in the normal way. So let's start with a positive side. You don't have to start over on this side. Let's start with the easy ones. So for instance, 3 divided by, so x is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Okay? And 3 divided by 4, that's 3/4, so 0.75. 3 divided by 5 is 0.6. So it's that get kind of rather odd numbers. We get decimals coming up here. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Feel free to, you can get a calculator out if you really want to. Right? It doesn't, it's fine. Like I say, these ones aren't too bad, so it shouldn't present us with too many problems. 3 divided by 0.5, again, if you're not sure, pop it into your calculator and you should find the answer is 6. 3 divided by 0.1, again, put your calculator in if you want to, okay? So it's going to be 30. Right, so it's shooting up, right? We're getting odd sort of sets of numbers here. If I go and do these negative ones, they're all going to be the same, aren't they? Because you're just dividing by exactly the same number, but it's going to be negative instead of positive. So I can just go and quickly pop those numbers in. Okay, so we got -30, -6, -3, -1.5, -1, -0.75, -0.6. Okay. If you want to, now try and do 3 divided by 0 on your calculator. So if you do 3 divide 0, and it doesn't like it. Right? You can't divide by 0. You can't share between 0 people. It doesn't make sense. So oddly, there's no answer. Right? So how are we going to draw a graph of this? Right? So let's have a little look. See how can I draw a graph. There's a graph just here. Okay. Now I'm just trying to decide. I'm just going to zoom out just a little bit here, just so you can see a little bit more of my graph. Right. Just a little bit. And there we go. Right. Just so you can see a little bit more. Now I haven't actually put my scaling coming in this direction. It has to go up to 30. It's going down to -30. Again, I'm just going to cheat a little bit here. So I don't want to kind of fit it all in, kind of going up. So I've kind of drawn it already. I've got a little bit of space there. I'm going to go up. I'm going to choose to go into 2s. Okay. So I'm going to pop those in. You could very well choose different numbers, but I'm not actually going to get to 30, which goes completely against everything that we've said to do. Let's put the numbers in here. I'll put the negatives in, and again, I'm going to go down to -20. Okay, that's just because I can't quite fit it all in. Okay. Yes, I could have gone up in different numbers, but I've kind of gone against what we've talked about before. So let's plot in what we can, right? So if I'm looking at this over here, so we've got, should I use a pencil? Should I use a pencil there? So 5 and 0.6, so that's going to be about, it's going to be about there, okay? I'm just trying to get as close as I can. And 4 is about 0.75, so just a tiny bit above it. And then 3 was 1, and that's even, sort of pretty much in there. And then 2 was not that much higher. It still hasn't got over that 2. Remember, this is only 2 here. And then goes to 3. Okay, that goes up a little bit higher. Just there. And then we plotted these other values. We had 0.5. So 0.5 would just be here. That actually went up to 6. Now, 0.1. 0.1's kind of about there. It's going to go 20. Well, it was actually going up even further. It was going to be like, it's going to be right up here somewhere. But let's, let's kind of go a little bit before. It's going to be about there somewhere. Okay. All right. Imagine I'm kind of 30. I'm just going to be drawing a curve in here. Imagine it kind of carrying on. I'm going to stop about there. And I'm going to do the same with the negatives. Right, so exactly the same idea. So we're going to go -5, which is like just only a little bit negative. -4, -3, that's -1, -2. Wasn't that much more. -1 only goes down to -3 there, and then we got -0.5, -6, and then we've got that kind of weird one in there that we haven't really plotted correctly. So let's just pop a curve in so you can see the whole thing here, and try and get it to be, again, it should be just a nice smooth curve. I'm trying to get it all the way down here, okay? There we go. And let's do the same in the opposite direction with the negatives. There we go. So, like I say, it wouldn't have made that much difference if I'd have kind of got it going all the way up to 30. Alright, just going in there. I want you to just have a little look and kind of think about, well, why we've expanded this bit in here. Now, don't worry about being asked about this. Like I said, you would get, in exam questions, it would identify this for you, okay? It would expand something like that, so you wouldn't have to really worry about trying to kind of pick that out. But this is kind of where all the action is, in here. Look at this, this is where it's kind of really changing. And there isn't an answer here. There isn't an answer. When x is 0, there isn't an answer. When it's just a tiny bit below 0, you get a really negative answer. Okay, just looking at that there, look. You can get a really negative answer, and the x value is just a tiny bit below 0. And then there's no answer. And then when x is a tiny bit above 0, the answer is suddenly shooting up over here. This is because you're dividing by this number. And that's the bit that's causing this idea here. Now this part here, this is called an asymptote. Okay? Asymptote, just here, because there's no value. There's actually another asymptote on the graph, and I'll see if you can kind of recognise where that is. Right, now we'll think about it. Now I've got another one we can have a quick look at, but just maybe just sort of a slightly more complicated one, but just something very, very similar. Okay, I like these kind of graphs. So let's have a look at this one just over here for us. Okay, so same sort of idea. I'm sorry, let's just take that zoom off. Okay, so same sort of idea. Okay, that we're going to have a little look at. So now I've split this up because it said 2 divided by x plus 4. I just wanted to make something that just looked a little bit more kind of tricky. So when you've got this, probably the easiest thing to do is to split it up and do the x plus 4 first of all. So again, I'm going to start with the easy things, right? So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice I did not expand around the 0. Remember last time we had minus 0.5, minus 0.1, 0, 0.1, 0.5. Weirdly, I've expanded around this point, just here. Again, you know, don't worry about having to kind of sort of decide this for yourself. What I want you to do is I just want you to think about why I'm looking at this point here. How did I know to expand around this point here? It wouldn't be wrong if I'd have taken minus 0.5, minus 0.1, but actually I don't think it would have really made a lot of difference to what we were doing. So let's just put the other values in. So we've got to, if I add 4 to this, that's going to be 0.5, 0.1, that's going to be minus 0.1, minus 0.5 minus 1 and minus 2. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to do 2 divided by this, because that's what we're being asked to do. We need to do 2 divided by x plus 4. Here's x plus 4, we've done it here. And now we're going to do 2 divided by x plus 4. And that's the thing that we're going to go and plot, right? And that's what's going to make our graph for us. So what I've got to do is 2 divided by this number just here. Right? So 2 divided by minus 2 is minus 1. 2 divided by minus 1. Okay, so 2 divided by minus 1 is minus 2. Now, if you want to, again, just get your calculator out, okay, and just go through and just do them on your calculator, alright? Remember the other idea is to go with the positives, first of all. Alright, so if I go over to, I'm going to go 2 divided by 4, that's going to be 0.5. 2 divided by 3, which is actually 0.6 reoccurring, so 0.67, up to 2 decimal places there. 2 divided by 2, okay, 2 divided by 1, come back to these guys in here in a second. Alright, you can plot these guys out here as well. To be honest, you're just going to kind of get small numbers. I'm not too bothered about these guys over here. If I do 2 divided by 5, it's actually 0.4. If I do 2 divided by 6, it's 0.3 reoccurring. If I put all these ones in, 2 divided by 0.5, that's going to be 4. 2 divided by 0.1. Now again, remember, this is where it gets interesting. Right? And welcome to get your calculator out and do those. And these ones just going to be exactly the same, but negative values. So let's go and plot these. Now, when I'm looking at graph, now again, you know, I've put the x-axis in. I haven't actually filled it up along here. It's going to go up to 20. I suppose we've got enough room, so we may as well plot them on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Let's quickly do the negatives. There we go. To be honest, I wasn't actually sure what numbers we would need there. That's why I've left that little bit blank. Okay, so let's go and just plot these points all in. Right, so when it's 2 goes to 0.3. So 2 is 0.3, just that. And then 1 went to 0.4, just a tiny bit above. We're going to get a similar sort of shape appearing. And 0 went to 0.5. Okay, just as close as you can. Minus 1 went to only just a tiny bit more. Okay, and these aren't exactly quite in the right place, but they're as close as we can get. Minus 2 went to 1, so it's still kind of only in there. And then minus 3, okay, jumps up slightly. And then, like I said, it's in this middle section in here it starts to get interesting. So minus 3.5 went up to 4. This is where it's going to start turning. Minus 3.9 actually went up to 20. So it rockets all the way up to here. So we've got that point just all the way up there. So I'm going to draw this part in. There we go. And we get this weird effect happening. Alright. Interestingly, if I were to try minus 4 in there, I could try it if you wanted to, you wouldn't get an answer. And let's have a look to see what happens on the other side. So minus 4.1, let's just have a quick, so you can see this quick look. So minus 4.1 is minus 20. There we go, it's right down there. And then minus 4.5 goes to minus 4, minus 5, minus 5 went to minus 2, and minus 6 went to minus 1, just so. And let's just put this bit in here, not quite as far in that direction. Okay, There we go. Now, I like to mark this asymptote in. Because you're going to mark, see that there's no value long here. Right? There's no value at -4. And the convention is, if you've got an asymptote, is just put a little dash line like that using the ruler. Alright? So, upshot is, if you put the table in nice and carefully, don't have to worry about this, okay? It will tell you which values to use. Now, the questions I've got you to do in a minute, it does actually fill some of the table in for you. Alright, so you can, but it's worth just, if you're a little bit unsure, maybe try and work out those values as you go. Alright, so let's see how you get on. Alright, so here we go.